Hello and welcome back to Inquisitor Martyr. Last time we dealt with some Dark Eldar and Alpha Legion, and this time let's see what we get to deal with on this second phase of the invasion.
Strategic targets located in the area. With a surgical strike, we can break their chain of command and harvest valuable data.
Rebel Guard, not too bad. So earlier this week, what is it? The Dark Pictures anthology, they released the third chapter, House of Ash, which was, on a side note, really good. Like, it's damn good. I really enjoyed it. I didn't play it, I watched it. I like the stories, I just find paying full price for them to be a bit steep, considering you play to experience the best ending and then, you're effectively done. There's very little replayability outside of getting all the collectibles. I think it's something you can definitely come back to, like, October. Be like, oh, it's Halloween time, let's go through and play all these spooky stories, which I think is a great use for them.
Singularity removed.
But I can't see myself being like, well, it's Thursday, I'm gonna play this, or, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna play this. Like, it's a little harder to justify in my eyes. But what I did like was the story draws very heavily from Sumerian legend. Sumerian, Akkadian, Mesopotamia, effectively. And it even starts in 64 BCE. And it's really good in references to Pazuzu and all this stuff, the Sumerian underworld, and I thought it was really good. And it got me thinking, I wish we would get more stuff like that in Warhammer. Not the story itself, but leaning more into the myths some of these things draw from. Like Alpha Legion. Why don't they have any, kind of hydras on their planet, or anything pertaining to that? Why don't we have a unique version of, Chaos Chosen that are Alpha Legion exclusive, where they might be, or it could be an obliterator or something, but it's effectively like a hydra. It's this amalgam of people that have really fast regeneration and can lose limbs, but come back with more. It leans into mythology, it has some grounds. I'd love to see... It wouldn't work entirely, because Thousand Sons are, hardcore Egyptian, but I'd really appreciate them leaning a bit into kind of the Mesopotamia lore and stuff like that. Because there's interesting avenues within the mythologies that are touched on by Games Workshop that they don't really do anything with. They're just like, what's a cool name? And they'll reference something from mythology and be like, yeah, that's good, moving on. And I get it. If you just kind of... Taking a name is one thing, heavily basing your stuff off the thing is another. It makes it predictable and a little lacking in the creativity department. But I mean, it's 40K, a lot of it is pretty lacking in creativity at times. So I can't really make the argument of oh, well, they're trying to avoid looking kind of creatively bankrupt. My dude, you have space elves, dark space elves, Space Marines. It's all stuff we've seen elsewhere. This is just the same thing with a slightly different coat of paint on it. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just, acknowledge the stuff. It's kind of like when directors who are known for kind of schlocky movies lean into it. They say, oh, okay, you guys know me for making, like Tommy Wiseau knows why he's as famous as he is. It's not because The Room was a cinematic masterpiece. He gets it, he's cool with it. And other directors kind of do the same thing of being like, look, I know, I'm gonna keep doing it. The same can be said with,
assessment complete.
Really any horror.
Is a success.
If someone's known for doing a certain thing, they keep doing it. Romero, great example. Guy got really big off the Dawn of the Dead. Well, Night of the Living Dead, then Dawn. Then he did Day. Then he did... God, what was there? There was Land of the Dead, Survival of the Dead. I think there was another one that he directly worked on. But it's like he knew it worked. He knew to lean into it. Plus, making units that are themed around certain mythologies would... I keep arguing for it. It would flesh out some of these factions that don't really get enough attention. Like Alpha Legion. What do they have that makes Alpha Legion different from Black Legion or Word Bearers or World Eaters, or any of them? They got some, neat, lizard hide cloaks, fancy helmets. The whole Alpharius and Omegron either being dead or alive, or that the entirety of Alpha Legion's actually loyal or not, being a meme. That's all they got. They don't really get unique stuff. Sniper skills gain poison? That long las might... Actually, it is worth it. Full stop. I know, 100 quality hit, blah-de-blah, but honestly, I think that's worth it. I can always store these. I'm not too concerned. But I think this might be a good play. Because... Okay, so that gets poison. Cool. Prismatic shot, not bad. Full auto, not bad. Single shot. Better crit range, not bad. It's also got longer range, so I don't have to sit here and get awkwardly close. I'm for it.
Oh, the sweet stench of imminent death. The craving for bloodshed before the battle. I wish I could be there with my battle brothers. Take the enemy head on, lay waste to their strongholds, and show no mercy.
this isn't half bad at all. But in my free time, I was looking at some 40K lore. You know, I love my lore. And honestly, I just hate that they got rid of squats. I get it, they were space dwarves. Through and through, they were space dwarves. There's no getting around that. But they had such cool stuff. Like, one piece of lore, if I remember it correctly, effectively said that they would have these, like, dwarven hold cities, like fort cities, that they just lived out of. And sometimes they would end up finding abandoned ones or long-lost ones. And if two groups found it at the same time or around the same time and made claims, they would declare war on each other.
Keep pushing. Don't lose momentum.
And I was like, one, that is the most dwarf thing I can imagine. And two, that's honestly really cool. And with Games Workshop working to make units look a bit more different and trying to give more unique units to different groups, I feel like this would be the perfect time to be like, hey, squats are back. Even though their home world got squatted. It's like, who cares? Bring them back. They're fun. They're a variation on Imperial Guard. And at least, to me, I wouldn't complain. Plus, there's a chance then, if they use, for the most part, the same vehicles, it saves a bit of money.
The strong point is ours. Move on.
And I don't think anybody's gonna really complain, oh no, these two armies share, you know, I don't even know, like, APCs, or they both get access to Hellhounds or something. I don't think anybody's gonna go, oh no, now I have a unit I can use in two armies. However will I manage not having to buy a second one? Like, no, I wanted to buy 3 more Chimeras. You know, if anything, you sell a special squat version of a Chimera that has like a mortar battery or something on it, you know, give them the German Nebelwerfer and be like, yep, that's a dwarf weapon now. Or like a land mattress launcher or something. Just give some old historical tech and be like, yep, now buy our new variant. People will do it. And it'd be cool to have, like, have the squats be siege oriented, be effectively the Imperial Fists. Actually, no, it would. Imperial Fists were defense. But they also did siege to a degree. I mean, they could be the Iron Hands. Or, well, if we're going within all Space Marines, Loyalist, or Chaos, they would be the Iron Warriors of the Imperial Guard. And be siege specialists. But I mean, that wouldn't be bad. Introduce them as siege and fortification specialists with a lot of units built around that. Hell, maybe even give them a fancy special version of a
The Emperor protects.
of a Baneblade. I was trying to think of the word. All I can think is Land Raider. And I'm like, no, they don't have Land Raiders.
Once again, the enemies of the Imperium failed miserably. Ready to fight.
And honestly, I wouldn't want them to have a Land Raider, even though I love them. And they're effectively just a sci-fi version of a Mark V land ship. I still wouldn't want anybody else to have them. Though you could realistically justify it and be like, hey, there's no reason anyone shouldn't have them. What do we got? Okay, credit where credit is due. We did get a good gun last time. This roll can be crap. Okay, I was trying to think, I was like, did we already do 2? But yeah, they were just really fast. So, that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button, it helps out the channel a lot, and if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.